looky here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
402-403-9478 in case you forgot our phone number. You can also post on our Facebook page. It's Pat and JT. Instagram and Twitter is the same. And then patandjt.com has all that info.
But you know that because you figured it out.
That's right. Thank you.
You're here, and thank you for doing that. So as promised, Fugitive Friday will happen on this episode. Whatever day it is. It is what it is. We're going to start with the Jesus shoes. And I saw this online not too long ago. The Jesus shoes, it sold out in 1 minute, $1,500 a pair.
Good Lord.
And
Are you sure they're not Yeezys and you're just mispronouncing
they're not
it?
Yeezys, they're Jesus shoes. And it was a company called Mischief, and it's spelled MSCHF.
Like a rapper.
Mischief, kind of like that. Bought some Nike Air Max 97s at retail. They added a golden Jesus on a crucifix as a shoelace charm.
Okay.
Injected holy water into the bubble soles of these tennis shoes, which was actually blessed by a priest in Brooklyn, no less.
Wow.
And then they distributed about 6 pairs of them to influencers.
Okay.
Who happen to be some rappers and YouTubers.
Okay.
And I think one of them actually was a legit rapper, and I can't remember his name. It doesn't matter. Anyway, they go out there, and these things went to town. They started selling $1,500 a piece.
That's insane.
And they sold out in like 2 minutes, all of them. No, 1 minute. 1 minute. They sold out of everything because the influencers had them.
Sure, yeah.
Right? So this was meant to be to poke fun at what they call the collab culture. You know, where it's like Arizona Iced Tea got together with Adidas. And so now they're selling a tennis shoe that has an advertisement for Arizona Iced Tea on the shoe.
Yeah.
So it's just a new billboard.
It's all about collab-mo.
Right? And so everybody's working together. So you've got people who want to advertise and people who are influencers and they're getting together and they're using it's product placement.
Perfect.
To a degree.
Rapper coming on, spitting a 615 on your track. It gets their name out.
Yes. So now these shoes will be available every second and fourth Tuesday of the month.
Of course. Now you know what? Now what's going to happen is after about a month they're not going to sell anymore because the demand is there, but they're going to overfeed it.
They're going to be too mainstream.
Yep.
Too many people are going to have them. So there's that. So there you go. All right. So my next story. The next story is hilarious. And this story, man, talk about something that took patience.
I think I know what story you're talking about, and I don't think I could have had the patience to follow through to the end on this one.
You couldn't have. You can't keep a secret.
I can't.
For a weekend.
No.
At all. Some of us are a little more observant than others when it comes to their surroundings. But there was a young woman, a girl, living at home with her parents, and this all started back in November of 2015. And she saw a story about a girl who stuck a potato chip on the wall, and it went unnoticed. Her dad didn't see it for weeks. Okay. She says, so I'm going to try it. And her first post in 2015 is a picture of a Cheez-It with a thumbtack in it. Push pin. It's on the wall next to a picture.
It's so funny.
This is great. So she said I'm going to just put it up there and we'll see if dad notices. Day 5 goes by. Day 10, it's still there. Stay tuned to see how much longer it'll take my dad to notice. That was December 6th. Day 55.
So funny.
She went on vacation to Texas. Dad still had no idea there was a Cheez-It there. 100 days in, Dad even rearranged the furniture, and he still didn't notice the Cheez-It on the wall. And might I add, the walls aren't orange. They're white.
No, you could have easily, if you had even looked up at all, you would have seen it.
I think that was day 122. He even moved a bookshelf in front of the Cheez-It.
Are you serious? I didn't know all this stuff.
And still didn't notice that it was up there. 2016. It's still on the same wall, in the same room, above the same picture. He hasn't noticed.
Oh my gosh.
Day 173. She admitted she even forgot the Cheez-It was there. She said, this is sad. 1 year after putting the Cheez-It up on the wall, Dad had no clue. None. Hadn't even noticed. As a matter of fact, it was up there about, I think it was into the first year, maybe the second year. She finally had to replace the Cheez-It because the other one was getting a little rank as far as falling apart.
Oh, that surprises me. You think they would last for a very long time.
Got so old and crusty, she said. She had to replace it, so she put a new Cheez-It up on the wall. So this continues on. November 2017, she'd even moved out of the house. This is over 2 years later.
I love it.
She says, I don't even live there anymore. I can't post as many pictures, but it's still on the wall. Time kept ticking. She passed 700 days, so well into the third year. 750 days. She gave her dad a box of Cheez-Its that year for Christmas. He had no idea. She has a picture of him, and he's holding the box of Cheez-Its. I'm kind of thinking the Cheez-Its on the wall behind him. Yeah, and he's holding the box of Cheez-Its, and she took a picture of him.
What is wrong with this guy?
And he didn't see the Cheez-Its on the wall. So it ends up, I got to keep scrolling all the way down here because it's kind of a sad ending. Because the way it all went down at the end is that her brother-in-law, I think it was the one who basically told him.
He outed it?
He outed it.
Rude.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be pissed. And a brother-in-law?
I think it was. I got to scroll on down here because the story goes on and on and on and on.
It's both a long, very, very, way too long.
It's just
of a time for that thing to
hilarious.
be up there. You remember that story that person, I don't know if it was a girl or boy, that replaced, like, it was one of those families that when you go up the stairs, they have a whole bunch of pictures and frames, like of all the kids at different ages. Well,
yes.
They replaced one of those with a Korean kid. Like, and they weren't Korean family. She replaced one of the pictures with just a stock photo of this Korean kid.
Right.
And it went her entire high school years. Her mom never noticed that there was a Korean kid.
God.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I think that's so good. Yeah, it was the brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And she actually wrote, she says, it is with sadness that I must announce the gag is up. After 1,410 days.
I'd be so pissed.
Almost 4 years.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law spoiled it for us and mentioned it to my dad. She says, I remember the day, then she's posting posts from other people because other people were having separation anxiety now. They'd been following this. I remember the day the Cheez-It went up on the wall like it was yesterday was one post. Another was thinking about your family and you in these difficult times.
Man.
It's just hilarious.
Yeah,
I thought that was so funny. But yeah, they don't have anything from Dad as far as his response to that. But he had no idea that the Cheez-It was on the wall for 4 years.
Come on, Dad. Pay attention a little bit more.
I love it.
Yeah, it's funny.
All right. So now it is time for Fugitive Friday. We need an open for that.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, we'll find one. We'll get an open for it. I'll find one.
We need to bring that back.
Yeah.
This needs a little more fanfare. Although I'm a little bit perturbed because I'm from Ashland in Saunders County, barely in Saunders County. Some would argue it's not really part of Saunders County. It was supposed to be in Cass County.
Some would argue.
Some in the Wahoo area.
Yeah.
Apparently there was some clan infighting back in the day or something. I'm not sure how that went. I think there was a fight over where the capital for the county seat. It was in Ashland, and then I don't know. Somebody came in the middle of the night and they stole it and went back to Wahoo.
Oh my gosh! See, hashtag small town life.
Right.
That's the only place people come in and steal the county seat.
I think that's how that went down
Yeah.
too. I'll have to check with my mom. She's on the historical society. I'll have to ask her if that's correct. But noticing that Fugitive Friday this week, Ashland is overrepresented, as in 100%. There's only 2 every week they're on here, and both
so
of them
50% of this week's Fugitive Friday is Ashland.
actually
Nights?
100%.
Oh, they both are that. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
So Tom Omburst is 57 and is wanted for possession of some controlled substances. Last known address was rural Ashland.
Okay,
So Tom, straighten up.
goes down on the gravel roads of Ashland.
And then Ryan Alley is 36 and has an assault charge. And last known address was either Ashland or Memphis. So we might be able to pawn him off on Memphis.
Okay,
I don't like to do that to Don's Bar.
but
But
it
we
is
might
what it
have
is.
to.
It's business.
So if you get a chance to see it on the Saunders County Sheriff's Office Facebook page, they put the post up every week, and they try to hit Fridays if they can. They put up Fugitive Friday. And anybody that they're looking for that has outstanding warrants, et cetera, and they're trying to track them down, they post them up there. Now they've got the actual wanted posters, like from the Old West. They're having a little
That's
bit of
pretty fun.
Having some fun. And so, you can get your tips into Crime Stoppers, or they say it's all confidential, of course, just as it should be. And there could be a possible cash reward.
Which would be nice
If you can
get
help
those
them
thugs off the street of Ashland,
Right?
You for the longest time, you know that I have dreamt of jury duty.
I know. You've never had jury duty.
I've never been called. I've never gotten a card. I've never anything for jury duty, and I've wanted to be on a jury.
I have 2 times. I've been called 2 times. One time I actually sat on a jury.
Which would be awesome.
And it was for a district court. And so it was an undercover drug case.
That's pretty sweet.
It was. And unfortunately, I think, I'm trying to remember.
Was he guilty?
I think it was It was a technicality and a mistrial.
So, you were just out.
Yeah, because then they had to reschedule.
Oh man, that is. You get that far and you don't even get to hear anything. It's probably super boring.
It was a date on a paper. Is what it came down to. Was something was dated incorrectly.
That's why lawyers get paid a lot of money not to make mistakes like that.
Right? Because one of those little mistakes and everything goes out the door and they have to start over.
It's just crazy.
And then the second time I got called and I was told, okay, the night before to be sure and check this number because then we'll know whether or not these cases are going to move forward tomorrow or maybe a plea deal's been struck in the meantime.
Yeah.
And there was a plea deal, so they didn't have. I didn't get to go down the next day.
God, that's not. It's not. It's okay. That's not
It's
fair.
disappointing.
In general, it is disappointing.
Yeah.
But it's not fair because I love America. I love the process, and all I want to do is be on a jury. And I've said that on the radio for years.
I know, and that's probably why you haven't been.
Well,
You're
I did.
a little too overzealous.
I did. I just got a letter.
Oh my God.
Okay, so. Follow me on this. About 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, got an initial letter from the jury commission in Lancaster County saying that I got selected for jury duty. I need to appear, blah, 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 blah. And I thought, and Beth's like, she goes, babe, this is your dream. I'm like, I know. I almost started getting emotional.
Yeah.
And but you can't go because you don't live in
can't.
Lancaster County anymore. And I didn't. And there was a letter
You were
in
gonna
there.
lie, weren't you?
No, well, thought about it. I asked her how much trouble I'd get in.
You kidding?
Yeah. But I didn't.
Mistrial.
But that would be so bad.
It would be immediately.
But so I didn't. I had the letter, and she's like, "You got to fill this out and send it back and say you don't live in Lancaster County anymore." So I sat on her table, sat there. So I just didn't send it back in. Yesterday, I get a letter that I've been moved. I haven't even showed up, but I'm already given a day and a time to show up and like to be there because I've been selected. The next process,
Right.
So now I'm like close. I'm tickling.
You're
so
in a lot of trouble.
I need. Well, I still have
that?
time. I have. There was another letter in there that said if you can't serve whatever, send this letter back. So we're gonna send that back today. But just to know that I was selected, and
you were in the pool.
Yes.
And then from the pool, then they bring in so many to sit as they seat the juries for a whole bunch of trials. At least that's how mine went down with the district.
Totally the same.
So they had a whole bunch of jurors sitting out in the hallway, and then they seated the jury they had a whole bunch of trials to do it, and then they told you what the start date was for your trial.
Yeah.
And then you had to come back for that day.
I would have absolutely
Wow.
lost my mind. So I gotta fill that stuff out and send it back today.
So Lancaster wants you, but Douglas doesn't.
Right.
Isn't that interesting?
And I don't want Douglas anymore either. I don't want to serve. I don't want to serve.
And now you will.
Now I will.
Right?
Twice
That's
in a year.
It might be. You never know. Mine were really far apart. Like I think the only time that I ever sat, that was in the late 90s. And then I got called last year.
I know it's not as exciting as on TV or SVU or anything like that. I get it. It's not, but I just want to see the process. I want to see what it's like. Does everybody get sequestered?
No.
Like I want to be sequestered.
No, you don't.
Not for a long time.
That's
not like
how
the
that
OJ
works.
trial.
Some of them sequester, some of them like that. Yeah, they'll sequester them and they can't leave and they can't talk to each other about the trial.
And no phones.
Right? And then others, they just say you can't talk to anybody about the trial.
That's
but
fine.
you get to go home. Can you do that? You can't do that. You've already made it well known. You can't keep a secret.
You can talk to your significant other about it.
No.
If she promises not to say anything.
You can't talk to anybody
She
about
wouldn't say
it.
anything. I trust her. I would have to.
And then if they said, did you talk to anybody about it?
I would say, what was that? I would look behind me and go, what?
Because they do. Me? They will ask you if you have. If you've been told not to. They will ask you.
But
because they want it on record.
I thought conversations between husbands and wives were you can't go after that.
You have a privilege there.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was.
No.
Isn't it called pillow talk or something?
I don't think so. I don't think that works that way. You're not supposed to be able to
I
talk to
couldn't keep
anybody.
it. I mean, I could not.
Yeah, sequester. You'd have to be sequestered. If they were going to make you not talk,
Yeah.
you'd have to be sequestered.
It'd be tough.
Because there's no way.
No, it'd be
And
really
I can't.
tough.
Can you imagine if they took your phone away
No.
and you can't watch the news?
I'd just start screaming a whole bunch of racist stuff, and they'd have to let me
You
go.
can't. No, you would.
They would have to let me go. Yeah, this guy's unhinged. Give him his phone. Thank you.
I'm sure you aren't the first person to try that.
Try it, and they're like, you know what, Pat,
They'd be-
sit down.
No.
None of that.
Pat,
You don't believe any of that.
We already heard
Sit
your
down.
podcast.
Right, sit down. Sit down. No.
I don't think you'd be able to get away with that.
They don't realize I'm on
I'm sorry.
level 1,729 of Toon Blast. I can't let that. I'm the head of the team. Like I can't let that ride.
Okay, let me ask
There's a lot
you.
going
Do you
on.
have to play it every day to keep it going,
No.
or okay, that's good.
No.
That's a good thing. I'm glad to hear that because I was worried.
Thanks to Kugler Vision for supporting our podcast. They were the first. They're great. Love Kugler Vision.
Absolutely, world class leaders in their field. Without a doubt, people come from far and wide to have their eyes taken care of by their team. Dr. Lance Kugler, Dr. Mike Stuntz, and the entire team is phenomenal. All you got to do is get online at kuglervision.com. That's where you make your appointment for your consultation. Have the consultation. They run you through the tests, and the tests are almost fun. I mean, seriously, because you're in like this spaceship environment, and you're just rolling through these different tests. And at the end, they can tell you exactly what's going on with your eyes, what you can expect, what they can do for you, and here are your options, and you can decide. And if you want, you may end up doing it the same day, as a matter of fact. So ditching the contacts, ditching the glasses. I know we've talked about the whole paying for glasses over the course of a lifetime. New prescriptions, same with contacts, getting stuff in your eyes when you have contacts and you have to find your glasses. Kuglervision.com. Fill out that consultation. You do it yourself. It's a scheduler right there. You pick the day, you pick the time.
Tell them you heard it on the Pat and JT podcast. Two of my teammates, one
do
being
you know
my
them?
wife. I know 5 or 6 of them, Beth and Angie and Beth's mom. and they're all solid. All solid.
Are there
Angie,
any men?
I don't know for sure. There are some with men names. Those are the only 4 that I really know. No.
How big's your
Jess, I know
team?
Jess. She's on there. 50 people. People from all over the place. And there's some people that I don't even know that are ballers in Team
Really?
Blast. Yeah. But Angie and Beth are both at the point where every week, I think, the company, Peak, whatever, that makes the game, releases 1,500 levels a week.
Okay.
And they're at the point where they is it 1,500 a week?
That's a lot.
Or 15 a week. Maybe it's 15 a week. I don't remember. Okay. Anyway, but they're at the point where Angie can't play anymore because she's at the end. She has to wait for the new levels to come out. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I go, and Beth is right there too. Like she's slowing herself down because she doesn't want to hit that level where she can't play.
How many levels are there? I mean,
They're in
so far.
3,000 something. I'm at 1752 or 59 or something like that.
Okay, I hate to ask. I know I've asked before, and obviously I didn't retain the information. What's Toon Blast?
What's Toon Blast? It's just, why don't you just download Toon Blast and play it? It's fun. It's one of those games.
Oh, God.
It's a game where you just two like the same colored cube are together. You hit it, they go away, and you try to. It's going to sound so dumb me describing this, but you make rockets and bombs, and it blows up things, and you pop balloons. Just trust me. Just do it because it's a game where you don't have to think, and you can sit there and watch
a lot
TV.
like Manchington Mansion.
No,
or whatever it was.
that actually takes thought and like. No, this is a game where
I've been
it's like,
playing that.
It's like
I will
reverse
say.
Tetris, kind of like in a way. It's like that,
Okay.
but you just sit and watch TV, and you just screw around on your phone, play
my
Toon
God.
Blast, or we're at the airport, Toon Blast. It's fun.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
All right, I might try that.
And I have a really good team, Rusty Justice. I have 3 open spots. It's
Rusty
like, yeah, because every
that's
month,
your name, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's my name of my team as well.
Your team's called Rusty Justice.
Yeah, obviously. Do you know any justice that's clean? I don't think so. Yeah, and I've got a few. Look, sir, hit me up.
Your park character's
You know what
name.
No, that's
No.
Lance Goodthrust.
There you go, Lance. Is Lance
Rusty
on your team?
Justice, look it up on Toon Blast because every month I go through and I purge people that aren't performing. I kick them out of my team. I know. Legit. You know who I did? I'm straight up thug. I kicked Sophia out about 6 weeks ago. Did you? Because I called her, I'm like, Sophie, you haven't played Toon. She goes, I'm not going to play. I said, Tofi, I'm going to have to kick you off the team. She goes, I don't care. I said, I'm giving you another chance. Hello?
That's absurd.
Yeah.
That is so
and I booted
funny.
her. Booted her.
If my dad
Booted
or
her.
your dad had ever called you and said, "Hey, you're not playing. I'm gonna kick you off the
I
team,"
would have been ashamed. I would have been absolutely ashamed. It's blood.
I'd be like, "Dad,
It's blood.
put the phone down."
It's blood. I even think I called her during school. So I kicked her off. So yeah, it's legit. You have to produce or you're done. So I can go
Okay.
through and people that haven't helped other players.
How
and
do you
given
get
them
new players?
just like on a podcast and solicit it, or people can search out teams and like teams with open slots
Yeah.
or whatever.
So you can just jump in, kind of like playing like I would play my poker tournaments.
Yeah,
And you just go sit at an open table.
Yeah, and you join the team. You can stay. You can
Yeah.
leave the team and join another one. Join my team.
Oh God.
Get
If you
Toon
kick
Blast.
me off a team,
I won't.
I swear to
I
God.
won't kick you. Hey, you know what? No favorites here. As long as you're
Okay.
producing, and I don't even care if it's 1 star a week. Just
Oh my
show me
God.
that you care.
Okay. And on that note,
So, Rusty Justice is my
Rusty
team
Justice.
name on Toon Blast.
All right,
Search
y'all.
it. Yep.
let's do it. Okay.
Yep.
Let's all get on here.
All right. So,
Can
thanks.
we make a team just for Pat and JT?
Sure, we can change Rusty Justice into a Pat and JT team, like change the name and everything.
Because you don't want to lose your score, do you? Can you have more than one team?
That's like next level stuff. I don't know. I'll have to talk to some people. I don't know. I'll
Make a
find
call-
out.
make a
I gotta
call.
make a couple calls. I got some people. Maybe we can make that happen. I know that I can't be part of two teams.
Then I'll bet you can't.
Yeah, so probably not.
Yeah.
All right. So it's Pat and JT, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, 402-403-9478.
Pat and JT Podcast. A Parkville Media Production.